have for you today two musicians. Well, if you were here in summer last year, you will have heard as part of a jazz quartet. They're here today as a duo, and Ian Close and John McDonald and I go back about 25 years to the beginning of my teaching career. I was teaching at Milton Abbey School in Dorset. John was my then boss, and Ian was my saxophone teacher when I decided to take up tenor sax in 2004. So they are both musicians dear to my heart for personal reasons, and it's wonderful to be able to welcome them back today to give us what should be a wonderful program that's going to take us on a musical journey from New York via Rio back to London jazz scene. So let's now put our hands together and welcome Ian Close and John McDonald.
As the microphone warms up. That was a tune we've never played before. I hope it didn't show. It's called Falling in Love with Love by Richard Rodgers. And it was a show tune from the Rodgers and Hart musical. Oh, thank you. The Boys from Syracuse from 1938. And it's normally set as a waltz, but we do it in 4/4. And we're going to move on from that to a song made famous by Billie Holiday, written for the 1937 film of the same name, and it's called Easy Living. Thank you very much. The next song we're going to attempt is a 1956. I hope you're taking notes of these dates because there will be a test at the end. 1956 song called Just in Time, mostly associated with Tony Bennett. Written by Jules Stein. Playing up on me, this microphone. I might have to resort to shouting. Don't worry. I think it's working now. It's fine, Stuart. Thanks. We're going on our mythical journey now. We started off in Tin Pan Alley in America with all those great songwriters slaving away in their tiny rooms writing these fantastic pieces of music. And we're now heading off to Rio for some Latin American music. But being the modern world, maybe we have to start the journey with a replacement rail service. Thank you very much. We're going to make things a bit calmer now with a song, as you can see in your programme, from the Muppet Show, the Rainbow Connection. Luckily, you're going to be spared my Muppet impersonation because Ian's going to play it on the sax instead. But it has beautiful lyrics, which you won't hear, all about rainbows, but I'm sure you know the song. Also, it's worth looking out on YouTube. There's a very good version of it with the lovely Debbie Harry from Blondie singing it. So I recommend you listen to that. Thank you very much. We're now moving in a slightly more pop music direction. So this is a song made famous by Michael Jackson, and it's called Human Nature. Thank you very much. We're now coming to a number, as you see from your programme, called Speak Low by Kurt Weill. The lyrics, which you're not going to hear, because Ian's not going to sing it, are by Ogden Nash, which is my tenuous link to my story about Ogden Nash, which is that Dorothy Parker famously wrote, "Men seldom make passes at girls who wear glasses." And Ogden Nash paraphrased this, and he said, "A girl who is bespectacled, she may not get her neck tickled." I can only apologise for that joke, very inappropriate. never knowingly over-rehearse those endings. We're going to finish with a ballad from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. And this is where on our mythical journey, we return to London, Hackney in fact, which is where Anthony Newley was born. And so this is his lovely song, Pure Imagination. Thank you very much. Obviously, we haven't prepared anything else. We didn't, well, yeah, you could argue we didn't prepare the other ones, but we're now going to attempt, this is something that Ian has requested, so if it goes wrong, it's Ian's fault. And it's a bossa nova called by Jobim, who wrote all the best bossa novas, and it's called Inutil Paisagem, which translated literally means useless countryside. Make of that what you will.
Well, thank you very much indeed to Ian and John for that melody and rhythm-packed programme that they've entertained us to over the last 3/4 of an hour for that mythical journey from the musical meccas of the Americas to our own home shores. Thank you very much indeed. We did enjoy it. Well, thank you also, as ever, to our catering team, led by Debbie. And as usual, donation baskets await your attention on the way out. There's also a working card reader by the font, QR codes in your pews, gift aid envelopes at the crossing. So no excuse not to give as generously as you can. Thank you very much for your contributions to keeping this series thriving. There's also an early opportunity for you to buy your remembrance-tied poppies. The Royal British Legion collecting tin is now in position also near the font, so do visit that if you're so minded. Melanie in the parish office has asked me to point out that she does have a mailing list. I think many, if not most of you are on it already, but if you're not on our sort of Music on the Green mailing list and would like to hear in advance what's going on, usually about once a month, Melanie writes around, then do email the parish office, office@esherparish.org.uk, and she can add you to our regular mailings. I'd now like to invite Michael Banks up, who's going to give you a couple of notices about forthcoming events.
Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Just two short announcements. The first is actually rather an important one. We are delighted at Christchurch to be hosting on Thursday week, on October the 23rd at 7:30, a Save the Children event. This will be the case for aid. The case for aid will actually be made by our local MP, Monica Harding, who has the Liberal Democrat portfolio for aid. For those of another persuasion, I can promise you this is not a party political broadcast. She will be followed by Gareth Owen, OBE, who actually was a previous Overseas Director for Save the Children, who will actually be talking about how that aid is used on the ground. There will also be a question and answer session for those who wish to know more. We do hope you can find the time to support this worthy cause. There is actually flyers at the back of the church for you to take away to jog your memory if you wish. The second announcement is that on the horizon is our next Peace and Contemplation evening. For those who come and join us, they'll know that this is actually, again, not a religious thing at all. It is an opportunity just to take an hour off, to have a bit of me time, to have a bit of peace, so that you can actually contemplate or just allow yourself to dream. The evening contains some short readings, this time on the theme of gratitude, some golden silence, and, of course, some complimentary music. That will be at 8 o'clock on Thursday, November the 20th, and we hope you can join us there. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Michael. And in fact, we will have had another Music on the Green concert the day before that, so that was just my final announcement. Our next, and indeed last regular concert of the season will be in 5 weeks' time on Wednesday the 19th of November, when we shall be welcoming the Galliard Trio back here. They have been before, albeit some years ago, and they're a sort of flexi woodwind trio, so you'll be getting lots of different woodwind instruments from them, and that's on 19th of November. Do join us again then. So let's just put our hands together a final time for our wonderful musicians today, and I'll bid you goodbye and safe journey home.